now is a great time to buy, bro. Like, the market right now is so fearful. Everybody's looking around like, oh, crypto's terrible. I don't want to put my money into crypto. That is the time you want to say, I'm going to go and hold on to some crypto. So for
when
me,
the market structure behaves like this one, like it drops below a certain psychological level, tells you there's more to slide. And I think we're going to slide to probably around 49K, 50K at least.
I saw this tweet and I'll just sort of run through it. So the Bitcoin bear market drawdowns have a clear pattern. 2011, it drew down 93%. 2015, it drew down 86%. 2018, it drew down 84%. 2022, it drew down 77%. So effectively, every cycle, the drawdowns been getting smaller as obviously the market matures, so the diminishing returns that you're talking about. And following this trend, if it keeps up, the 2026 bottom should be about 70% from the 126K all-time high, which puts us around 38K. Or is there a pathway back to some all-time highs in this cycle? What do you think?
brother, we're done.
The content presented in this podcast is intended for informational and educational purposes only. It should not be considered as financial advice, and listeners are encouraged to conduct their own research or consult with a qualified professional before making any investment decisions. Crypto flip.
In this week's episode, we're going to answer the question of whether crypto is cooked or maybe we're going to bounce back. We're going to be looking at the Fear and Greed Index, looking at different levels and seeing what's actually driving this selling. And some of you may be thinking it, and maybe you're even right. Is the bear market here? And there is a glimmer of hope because we have yet another airdrop that you can farm. So the first thing we need to do before anything is make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. If you're watching on YouTube and if you're listening on audio devices, make sure that you leave a review because it helps us create new episodes. I really want to delve into sort of the series of events that led us to where we are now. And where we are now is we are floating in the mid-60s. Last I saw it was 67. I'm not sure exactly what the current level is. But during the week, we were cascading down lower and lower and lower and lower. But it was not in a vacuum. It started off with precious metals. So gold and silver had seismic drops. And then that spread to equities. A lot of different equities, a lot of different stocks had drops. And then Bitcoin followed. But it followed in the worst ways. It followed in ways that may have guys wondering whether it's still viable to actually make money in crypto and Bitcoin overall. Because when I saw it hit $62,500, that wasn't on my bingo card for 2026. So I want to know from you guys, are we cooked or is there a pathway back to some all-time highs in this cycle? What do you think?
Brother, we're done. We're done for things to go to new all-time highs as part of this market. And if I'm wrong, I'm happy to be wrong, bro. But I feel like from the beginning of the year, I've been saying, this is it. The market is weak. Like, we started the year dancing around, what was it, just over 100. We topped out at 122 for this cycle for Bitcoin. That's it, bro. The game's over. Like, we're done, bro. Down to 66. And this is not the bottom, bro. I reckon we're going to slide probably all the way back down to, like, I don't know, let me go check the graph, but something like late 30s, early 40s, maybe even around there. But I think the non-financial advice I'm giving to myself from here on out is now is a great time to buy, bro. Like, the market right now is so fearful. Everybody's looking around like, oh, crypto's terrible. I don't want to put my money into crypto. That is the time you want to say, I'm going to go and hold on to some crypto. So for me, it's high buy time. And yeah, even though I can see it going down from here, like, right now, at this price, it's still a good price to buy because the next cycle, the madness is going to be madness. Like, the sheer fact that we're seeing all-time highs in gold, silver, we're seeing all-time highs in the stock market. We've always seen all-time highs in the stock market. around like really hot tech stocks, and now AI stocks and all of that. Like Bitcoin will reach another all-time high. Like we are in a market. A market does cycle. This is just the lower part of the market cycle for crypto. And as we enter the accumulation phase, I just think it's going to be some great opportunities to buy coins, but do not buy anything that is not Bitcoin, bro. Because I've had people hit me up like, yo, I sent one of my friends a message like last year. I'm like, yo, trust me, you want to be out of all your cryptos before the end of the year. Like you just do. And he's holding some strong oaths like Sui, Solana. And he's like, yeah, bro, sure. I think I'm just going to hold on to it. And then he messaged me this week. Yeah. And he replied to his own message saying, yeah, you were right. Bro, when I sent it that message, Sue was dancing high, like $3.40. Not even its all-time high, but like high relatively what the market was.
High compared to now.
He's like, yeah, now I'm 70% down. I'm like, brother, you should have just listened to me. We should have just listened. And he's like, do you reckon it's got more to slide? I'm like, this ain't it, bro. I'm like, trust me, when you want to see a coin go low, looking at the graph, this isn't the low for where Sui's going to go. Sui has more room to go, bro. I'm like, it's going to go lower. He's like, what do you reckon I should do? I'm like, not financial advice, but if I was you, I'd sell. He's like, yeah, I reckon I'm going to hold on to it. I was like, thumbs up. 5 minutes later, he learned his lesson. He's like, I just sold my Sui. Do you reckon I should buy Bitcoin? I'm like, bro, don't look at me for financial advice, but we're running into accumulation phase. But it's just like a premise of where the market is right now, bro. Like, people have been wiped out, bro. Like, perp traders, them man there. I don't know if you might have seen online, you know, all these like the Barron Trump wallet and all these like crazy 100% win wallets on Hyperliquid that have been publicized. This guy's only won. This guy shorted Bitcoin before Donald Trump made a tweet, and now he's like 100% up. Who's the other guy? This really famous trader that made like 150 million. Now he's down 75 million. Bro, it's mad, bro. Like the market has turned on everybody. Like all of these wallets are now losing, and I'm just like, hey, you man thought this was gonna be forever. Like, that's crazy, bro. Like, that's crazy. How did you think a market was gonna be up only forever? Like, I've learned my lesson. I've been burnt in the past. It's not like that, bro. So yeah, for me, it's done, bro. It's done. I'm seeing Winklevoss Twins, the crypto exchange, Gemini, laying off 25% of their workforce. Bro,
They even they left the UK market as well.
They left the UK market. So imagine them man, they woke up, yeah? I'm imagining they're twins and they're in the same room when they wake up, even as adults. They wake up. It's like, have you seen it? Yeah, I've seen it. Let them go. Huh. Come on, bro. I remember speaking about crypto companies, yeah, on the pod a few episodes ago, and they were like, this guy was talking about how he used to work in crypto companies. Bro, now is the time. If you work in a crypto company, you should be fearful for your job, bruv. They are gonna find whatever, bro. Don't even go toilet in the building because they're gonna fire you for indecent exposure for going to the toilet to pee, bro. They're gonna find a reason. And if they don't find a reason, they're just going to be broke and they won't pay anyone. I do think, bro, this is it. Like, this is it. Like, if Bitcoin slides from 60 to 30, then that's it. No one talks about Bitcoin anymore. There's another multiple obituaries for Bitcoin. But, bro, the market right now, I'm so happy with where the market is, bro, because I am so low on crypto. I came out of so much of my crypto because I'm like, I'm not down for like another down year, bro. After last year should have been up only, but there was so much toppiness. I'm like, yeah, this year, bro, I'm backseating most of it. But yeah, what do you man reckon?
Yo, listen, yo, you send me, bro. You said, oh, no, you never allowed to go to the toilet. That's crazy, bro. Like, but listen, I'm gonna start off with this, right? I mean, a lot of things you said, Aris, like you give us a nice little intro, and Rick, you followed up with a bang, and fam, the Fear and Greed Index is currently 5. You just start with that. I haven't seen it this low since the end of the last previous cycle when we had the FTX saga, liquidation kind of stuff. And since basically from that initial bounce we had earlier on, like where people start talking about altcoins coming, super cycle coming, including CZ, by the way. And then I've got a little rant special for CZ after I finish my little soliloquy, but we've corrected almost 40% since that little rally of, I think, probably 20-25%. And quickly get that. Basically, let me take it back. The entire gains we got from Trump, that political rally where they were saying, yo, poor Trump, pump my bags. That entire gains has been taken away from the market. And I just don't, like, you can't, I have zero argument that to support that we're going to see another all-time high in this cycle. I feel like we're done. And I'm not even trying to say no obituary or whatever. Like, it's just speaking for facts. Like, the only thing that's probably holding up, that's doing okay-ish, is hype. And Bitcoin is obviously Bitcoin, isn't it? Like, Bitcoin it's just still store value, even though it's crashing. Yes, that's a proper word for it. It's crashing. Because how can you slide from like from almost 100K to 60K? And then it went below 60. When the market structure behaves like this, like, it drops below a certain psychological level, tells you there's more to slide. And I think we're going to slide probably around 49K, 50K at least. And obviously, personally for me, like you said, Rick, like, it's accumulation time because I feel like this market is done. I'm just keep buying Bitcoin all the way to the bottom and just wherever it bounces. Like last time, we caught Bitcoin at 25K. Let me come to around like 16K as well. The next one, I mean, my only regret is here, like we didn't short. Like, I wish I went short on this little run because it just had the feeling of this year was gonna be like just not a great year for Bitcoin because we've had so many great news and we didn't pump. But any little sneeze or any bad news, we dump. Like, just sure, like, institutional ban is not sustainable, which we knew was sustainable. They're gonna run out of cash eventually because, like, they're gonna run out of cash. So, bro, when you run out of cash, no one's buying. It's peak. Go on.
You know what? If we did short at the beginning of the year, though, we'd have been finished. We'd have got wiped out twice when there was a mad recovery, and we didn't know what bail on. But yeah, go on.
Yeah. No, but obviously, it's a lucky, like, shorting exactly at 125 would have been nice, but
yeah,
you just don't know. You just don't know. You just never really know. And then you don't want to risk all the entire gains you made in a cycle on just one bet, which could pay off. It could be really bad. But, I mean, just like we said every single time, every cycle is littered with the blood of perp traders. Right? I mean, it's the same thing that's happened again. Like, people were bidding 70K. People were bidding it. Wiped out 200 billion. Like, literally, this whole year, 2026, we've given back 1 trillion in market cap to sellers. And they keep saying sellers are exhausted. I do think sellers are becoming exhaustive, right? But I don't think this dump is over. I feel like the BlackRock still got a lot of Bitcoin. They need to stay flowable so they can buy low. Binance, though, being one of the instigators of this, the initial flash crash that happened when things dropped suddenly because of deleveraging of a bug in the software, which they claim, oh no, we didn't do it, they manipulate. But you still profited from that because there was a lot of fills. There was a lot of long that wasn't filled, and there's a lot of shorts that wasn't filled. So you can't say we weren't part of it. It happened because of you. And I don't know if you've seen a lot of people kind of like partly blaming Binance for this, and for the first time, you know me, I've always kind of like had Binance back and even Coinbase as well, but more especially by Binance, they are involved in some extreme trade washing, some extreme market washing, because they're now buying Bitcoin at these low prices. But bro, you are there just selling at 120, you are selling at 100, you are selling all the way down to this point. And they're telling you announce, oh, we're buying from our safe funds. No one cares. You know, the retail is not here. Liquidity is not what we thought it would be. Interest rate is not as low as we thought it would be. Like, there's no outlook. So, unfortunately, this is the beginning of the bear market. Whenever we see a 50% drawdown during the bull market, it's the end. And I think we're like, phase 1, not a lot of people believe that we're in the bear market. Phase 2, 50% of people believe we're in the bear market. Phase 3, everyone comes to terms with reality. Well, Richie, we're in phase 2 now, entering phase 3, and I think we need that next drawdown, Rick. to really cement that this is a because there's people that think, oh yeah, we're gonna get a bounce, Yeah, we get a bounce to 90K, and then we're gonna get another slide back to hopefully.
No, I don't even see a bounce, bro.
You don't see a bounce? Come on.
Nah,
This is crazy.
no.
Nah, I hate you.
Do you know who I'm worried for, though?
Magozilla.
Michael Saylor.
And all the treasury company. All of them.
All of the treasury company, bro. Michael Saylor, as Stackage's effective byproduct was 71,000. I think we mentioned on the pod a 2 months away. 71,000. My man is currently now sitting at losses of about $6.5 billion United States dollars, bro. I don't even know what to say. I just think
You know what I don't understand here? I feel like okay, if you put some money on it, like put some like stock and odds, like how likely in probability chance, how likely is it to be liquidated? Because I feel like there's some dodgy thing going on. Because I feel like there's a lot of time when I've seen Bitcoin slide, and I feel like it should be purchased at a lower price, but it will announce, or we purchased at like 90K, but I swear the price was 85K. So I feel like there's a bit of under the table self-purchase. You buy personally, sell to his own company. I think there's a little bit of that going on. So I don't know what his true liquidation price is. I wish we knew. And I think if people knew, he would be in a lot of more trouble. I'll be more worried for him. But I feel like he's going to get a bailout. Watch. He's going to get a bailout because he's connected with the right people. He's going to get a bailout. Watch. And if he and if he doesn't get a bailout, we're going to see Bitcoin at like 25K. Well, we're going to, because he has to dump eventually. He has to dump at least, if it's not half.
100%. So I'm looking at now at the most up-to-date figures, and it's looking like he's about $8.3 billion in the red. So at which point will he be forced to liquidate?
That's the question.
I think the question is, like you just posed it, is why hasn't he been forced to sell yet? Because he's been buying in like tranches, right? And yeah, he's about to tell me that so every coin that he's bought, every Bitcoin that he's bought over the last, I'd say probably like 4 or 5 months, so Bitcoin's been pumping, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
How has that not triggered him to sell, bro? Because he's got to be in the hole. Like, Bitcoin hasn't been at 66 since, what, like a year and a half ago? He's got to be in the red, like red.
Since pre-halving times. Since pre-halving times. So, since pre-halving,
bro.
That's what I'm saying. Not only that. Look, what about Ton Lee, the guy with the Bitmain company? He's down like $7 billion on his Ethereum bet. Like, you know what I mean? It's not just him. All these treasury companies that were hedging, that weren't really making money, but they wanted to see this and inflate. If you haven't sort of, you overheld, or I don't know, if you borrowed money against your own asset to buy Bitcoin, and now you're behind, you're in debt with your current debt. If you don't manage that risk properly, you could be finished. So, and then I was listening to Ivan on Tech's podcast the other day, yeah, and he was saying like, like he's becoming more bullish because a lot of people are becoming a lot more bearish, which makes sense. That's how it usually works. People forget about it, they trash it, and then you pick it up, you shine it up, and then you store it, you're safe. He was saying that treasury companies are basically useless. Like, they do nothing. Like, you know what I mean? We do nothing. Like, okay, you're treasury company for Solana. How does that benefit Solana? You don't host hackathon. You don't drive innovation. We're just a treasury company to hedge against what? So it's a bit of a, yeah, exactly. Just forgive it for guys. You just wanted to be the ability to be able to say, you know what, I'm borrowing this debt for this reason. And then you can do whatever you want to do with your original money that you should actually be spending instead of raising the debt. So it's like, and then last point I want to make is when I knew what truly F there. You know, Vitalik Buterin has been literally dumping his own ETH as well. Like, obviously, he hasn't sold all of it, but you saw the significant portion of it where like he's prepared for the next cycle. It's like, cool. I won't be left hanging where like ETH will be $900 or $1,100 and I haven't sold because I have things to pay for. So when the founder of a project, which we know is still going to be here next cycle, and if next cycle, he's selling, and we definitely know he's in it for the tech. What are people that are not in it for the tech doing?
Right. Facts. And speaking of it for the tech co, man. So we have the Cardano founder saying that he's lost over $3 billion in this crash. He also mentioned that he's not on the FT card, which is completely irrelevant. But he's lost 3 billion, yeah? The founder of Aave, who's very close to the Ethereum Foundation, this guy decided he's going to sell $30 million worth of tokens, probably more than that. But he decided, bro, he's going to go and buy a £22 million mansion in Notting Hill, bro. Notting Hill, London, yeah?
Jeez.
So if these man, yeah, are losing faith in the market, these guys that have their finger on the pulse day in, day out, constantly, they're driving innovation, they're driving change in the market. If they're turning around and they're saying, you know what, I'm going to eat some of this cash because it's about to go crazy. How is everybody not doing the same thing, bruv?
I think if you're a trader, you don't really care for cycle it is, whether it's up or down. So you're just making money, but we always say trade with caution, not financial advice. Always use low leverage. But I mean, we're cooked. So I have to say, we're cooked. Like, bear market over, super cycle over. Mirrors to just keep quiet. Meme coins is done.
Hey, speaking of
and what's most sad about this is, the theory of diminishing return is starting to come true bit by bit, but there is advantages to each negative. The negative is like we see more and more now. Bitcoin is becoming more and more stable throughout each cycle because like it was 9%, then it's 30%, then 50%. Like
I actually touch on that point actually.
I
want to touch on that.
Go on. Yeah, go on.
So here's some facts and figures. I saw this tweet and I'll just sort of run through it. So the Bitcoin bear market drawdowns have a clear pattern. 2011, it drew down 93%. 2015, it drew down 86%. 2018, it drew down 84%. 2022, it drew down 77%. So effectively, every cycle, the drawdown's been getting smaller as obviously the market matures, so the diminishing returns that you're talking about. And following this trend, if it keeps up, the 2026 bottom should be about 70% from the 126K all-time high, which puts us around 38K. So, but that's obviously not taking into account all the institutional money and stuff. But that notwithstanding, that's a potential target.
Bro, that takes into consideration the institutional money. Because that's part of the reason why the returns are diminishing, right? More and more people are getting into it. Like, because what you just described is basically following the rainbow curve. I don't know if you might have seen it. But yeah, it's just a power law of diminishing return.
Literally
100%, bro. Like it's, there's all this information out there, yeah. And there's still gonna be. I ain't even checked crypto Twitter. There's still gonna be dons out there on crypto Twitter that are saying things like, "Alt season coming. Alt season's around the corner.
impossible.
The last shakeout. This is the last shakeout."
Impossible,
Bro, but yeah, look.
But go on.
Wait, hold on. I had a look at Morad's wallet, yeah.
Okay.
So, at the height of the hype, Morad's wallet was where are we? Height of the hype, Morad's wallet was about $69 million. Right now, Morad's wallet is $8.7 million. And we know it's not 8.7 because we know that these tokens are illiquid and there's no way that he can sell any of these, bro.
Yeah.
What happened to the meme coin super cycle? Welcome to my man.
Still coming, bro. Still coming. Yeah, so there's two ways that we can think about this. You can either put your hand in your head and, say, oh, woe is me. Why is this happening to me? What's going on? Da, 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 da. Or you can view it as an opportunity. Because even though there's going to be diminishing returns, there's still ways to make money. And I think I can come at it with a clear head because I'm not heavily in crypto at this moment in time. But with things going the way they are, and the more crypto slides, because if you think that this is it, boy, have I got news for you. You should obviously take advantage when there's blood in the streets, and blood is most certainly in the streets. So, yeah, I mean, if we're devising a game plan, I'm only looking at Bitcoin. I don't have any confidence in the rest of the market at this point in time. maybe when things sort of settle and we're officially in a bear market and things are moving laterally side to side, then I might be more comfortable looking at alts that are undervalued, alts that are still building, alts that are still progressing. But when things are falling, you don't want to be catching a falling knife because it's never going to end well. So when would you guys say that we're officially in a bear market?
Brother, the Variant Greed Index striking 5. And if we have not seen, the coin market cap for any greed index hitting 5. I think on CoinGecko it's 9. Levels which we have never seen, bro. We've seen numbers close to this, but
we've seen 21, we've seen 20, we've seen 17, we've seen 15, we've seen 14, we saw 30. Never seen single digits at this point of where people are saying it's a bull market. Never, fam.
It's the bear market now, bro. It's the bear market now. I think
Go on, Rich.
I think once we see once we see top 100 once we see total market cap. Let me pull this up. Once we see total market cap dropping back down to something like 2.5 trillion, which I'm not sure where we're at now, I'd say, bro, that's firmly bear market. Like, I reckon from where we are now, total market cap, oh gosh, it's at 2.29, bro, the bear market. Where were we? When was the last time we were at this price? We were at this price last year. So actually now I reckon there's more to go. I reckon maybe the new low will be 2 trillion in overall crypto market cap. And so I'd say we're probably like 20% away, bro, from a bear market.
Yeah.
Bear market now, man.
Yeah.
Treat the whole market like it's bear.
Yeah, to be honest, just because it's bear market doesn't mean you should be shorting, to be honest, though. But obviously, to each his own. But I think it's a bear market because I've said it before and I'll say it again. Whenever you're getting 40% correction, 30% correction, constantly during a market, like a bull market run or whatever you want to call it, it's just not good. Like, it's not good structure. You know what I mean? And the Fear and Greed Index being 5 was shocking to me. Like, even though the coin market cap one is not, it's different from other ones that I know of. So it's like, I've never seen a 5. If that's a new low for coin market cap. So it's saying something. And when people that are in it, that are governing this space, are selling, don't be fooled by Binance buying, or don't be fooled by what's his face minting $1 billion on of stablecoin Tether. That doesn't mean it's still borrowing on, fam. They minted that for their own purposes. Like, they've been selling too. Tether invested $200 million in a crypto bank. They're not investing in altcoins. They're not buying Sui, bruv. Like, they're investing in like infrastructure. You know what I mean? So yeah.
If we're saying that we're entering a bear market, then what do you rate the bull market out of 10?
Oh, wow.
The bull market that we just recently extradited from.
It's too rough. Like, this bull market was meant to be a next thing, like, case of transports on somewhere else, bro. But transports are somewhere like more positive. But as soon man's been in the tranches. What would I rate the bull market out of 10? Bitcoin topped out at 122 and it's 24k. Did they say 125?
And we had predictions of 200k.
We had predictions of 200k. Ethereum didn't make the music that high.
That was shocking. That was shocking. I'm still shocked, but I thought like I'm in a matrix. I've just streaming the war because I'm awake up, but I'm awake. I'm awake.
When you look at some other we saw Solana hit all-time high last year. This time, Trump was really. But we had the president of the United States of America release a meme coin, and then his wife, and then his daughter, and then his first sidekick. And then, bruv, you look at that,
These are top market things right there. Literally, not after top 6, I look what it is.
When you look at the market, the cycle has been so entertaining. It's been so entertaining as something to do about. But when it comes to making money, I have never seen this level of manipulation.
So where do you give it out of 10?
Still trying to formulate the memes. The memes haven't. We didn't see a new 4-time high for Doge. For any of the bigger bees, bro. I'd say this bull market was like a solid 6 out of 10. Yo, a solid C level.
Interesting. Okay. What about you, Daddy?
For me, I'm giving it a 5. I'm giving it a 6 as well, only because of the entertainment part. Well, I'm telling you, like, when talking about games, I'll give them 5 because the late, this sacro is super big, and you know what I mean. I would say the only reason why it's a 6 is because of all the things that Ricardo mentioned, like the institutional play come in, which I think it was right because it made it more. Like, it made me bet bigger on it because I'm like, if this get big, smart man is buying it, surely we can buy it as well. And we even bummed for that. So, yeah, shout out to us. But, yeah, I mean, in the other part, we have the president, the launches on meme coin, and then even pastors launches on meme coin, and males like the meme coins. Like, these were top signal type events. And, you know, we thought the institutional players are in, they'll kind of stable the ship, and they didn't. They really didn't. So, I mean, it's been disappointing. Like 6, I don't know about for you, but for me, 6 is terrible. That's feel level great better. Like, Colombia 24 widescreen. 6 is just very, very mid.
I mean, it was surprising, man said 6. I'm saying 4. It was a 4 out of 10. The reason why is because we didn't get a proper alt season, not in the way that we traditionally know it. Like, we had small little alts here and there pump, but like it wasn't crazy the way we've known it. Everything was so diluted. It was so rotationary. Yeah, extractionary, exactly. So hopefully this is like the great reset. Everyone keeps talking about the reset that's supposed to happen in 2030. Maybe it came forward a few years and infiltrated crypto, because maybe this is what crypto needed to flush all the bad actors out and send all the tourists away and keep the people who want to build here and, you know, hopefully get to new higher heights in the future, because it wasn't sustainable. Because how are you going to get retail in when you're just trying to suck money out in a way that doesn't benefit anybody, and it's not even staying within the ecosystem? So maybe it's what needs to happen to move forward. So something else that may allow you to move forward is a new airdrop on the scene. It's called Haven, and yeah, I saw it on the timeline, and it looks pretty interesting because you don't have to invest any money and you just have to build up XP points. So, yeah, what do you guys make of it?
All right, but I'm having a look at Haven One site. You know, strapline, real adoption, not just hype. Hold tight, you, bro. The tokenomics for the airdrop, they actually look decent. I appreciate said single-digit percentage airdrop to the community. Yeah, I do that. I mean, what's the farming process like? Is it an easy farm? It kind of feels like, I mean, they say on the site that, you know, they have 491,000 active users, unique active users, and they have KYC users, 106,000. So, I mean, if it's got a decent amount of people using the platform and jumping on the platform, then technically, to me, that means, yeah, they are going to have a decent airdrop. And maybe it might hold value better than the Solana drop, SEPA drop, but I just doubt it. And I don't even know what the SEPA drop is at right now. It's probably mad low with the market decline. But yeah, if I can claim this, I'll claim it. What do you reckon, Dave?
Yeah, I'm just looking at what you have to do. I mean, it looks interesting. It's an L1 and it's a EVM. Oh, let me check this together. So it's a layer 1 EVM that does what exactly?
Great question.
EVM L1 for DeFi 2.0. So you're basically declaring yourself as the L1 for EVM L1 for DeFi. Cool. DeFi hasn't even made any noise this cycle, but it will be interesting to see what apps they have, and because it's claiming they've done 13 million plus total transaction and almost 500,000 unique active users. That's very interesting. But at the same time, seeing is believing. I think what we'll probably have to do is, to enter is probably interact with some of these apps and maybe just some swaps or, I don't know, stake some stuff. You know what I mean? But then again, it's just like, it's rinse and repeat. Like, what makes this unique? Okay, cool. It's the EVM for DeFi. But then again, at least they're not saying they're a cheaper transaction for EVM. They're actually, according to what Vitalik is saying, what he's proposing, that, this EVM shouldn't just be a branded shard for Ethereum anymore. This one is not doing that. So I guess they already got one tick there, but it's free money. So the first is not going to say no. I'm going to enter. I'm going to chat mine it. But on another note, what is Seeker saying though? What is Seeker saying?
Seeker has dropped obviously in price, but I just had a look at my staked value. You know what? It's not even dropped.
It's up 35%. Don't know. Yes, Seekers.
But what is that? Is that on
35%? Today. Well, no, wait. No, that's a lie. 24 hours. The 24-hour increase. What the hell? Yo, you're recovering nicely. Come on. Yeah. You saying actually what? I should buy more Seeker, yeah? You must think.
I hadn't end up buying more Seeker, but yeah, Seeker.
Nah. I'll just that. Yeah. It's looking okay still. If another slide comes through, I wouldn't say it's looking okay, but I thought it would be considering what Solana's doing. Hey.
Yeah. That's fine. I thought you were worse.
Yeah. So Seeker's doing pretty okay. What other token? Yeah, Rick, let me ask you a question. What other tokens do you think will be here next cycle? Because I'm thinking top of my head, other than Bitcoin, I think Hype will be around. Yeah, I was going to say that. So we're going to give me that one. What else?
Bitcoin, Hype, Binance. Binance continues to outperform my officials.
How? Are you sure?
I don't
because know. I swear people are basically closing out their accounts, and I think eventually,
I don't know. Bro, not sure. It's lower number 4. BNB is number 4 on the list. I don't think, it's overtook XRP again.
But okay, XRP. It's XRP. I have to add XRP to that list as well because, the community, only because the community, and I feel like the founders have some solid head above their shoulders. So I feel like XRP will be here. Whether it will make the all-time high, will ever touch $100, I don't think we'll ever get there. But maybe another $2-3 run, $4 run is there, maybe $6 run. You know what I mean? But if you're coming from 10 cents, that is a hell of a run. So yeah, we'll see. But other than that, that's 4 coins. One more. Let's give one more. What other chain would you bet your money on recovering in the next cycle? Because this is it's preparation for the next cycle now. It starts today, fam.
Monero.
Yeah, Monero is not dumping, bro. Monero, what's the dump?
Monero's dumped heavily, bro. Monero is down 30%.
Down 30%. It's still $311, fam. Oh wow,
Exactly, bro.
$800. Oh man.
Monero is one of the only tokens to make a new all-time high this year, and it's because of the amount of crypto scams are out there. Yes, but there will always be crypto scams, and they will always use Monero to funnel their capital.
Yeah.
Right now is a good time to buy Monero.
Yeah, because you might get another pump in it. But basically, all that pump it had is basically giving it back, right back. Literally gave it right back. Almost, I think, the lowest it's ever been. Let's see the lowest it's ever been.
Let's see, looking at it, right? Because, bro, all-time high in 2018 for Monero, 382. All-time high in 2021, 450.
Right now, we're back at 311s. Like, aside from the famous coins that have re-emerged, like Solana, what other tokens done this? Like, everything else is like falling into obscurity, including Ethereum. Yeah, I think Monero is one to watch, bro. I'd be surprised if the scammers stop using Monero and Zcash.